ready, I'm calling for a national investigation of FERMILAB for abuse of public trust and abuse of public funds, for not paying attention to what they should. They have found these particles they're looking for 10 years ago, and I can show you this in stunning detail, and it is refused to be even discussed. I am blocked and called names by our premier facility in the United States, FERMILAB. Don Lincoln is the gatekeeper there and has refused to engage, and I will read to you exactly what I am writing to all the investigative reporters in the country. I want this investigated by the Congress, by the Senate, by the people that we have empowered to keep a watch on these people, and it's totally the opposite. Okay, my friends, this is going to be short and not so sweet. This is the particles they found at FERMILABS, CERN, Lawrence Livermore, all of them. These are the smallest particles they can find, and they have no idea what they are or where they came from. That one is a solid black one, never changes. This one gets glowy and small. This is Don Lincoln over 10 years ago. And it does exactly the same thing that they showed. We started with light instead of big particles, so we can see them much better. Want a phrase defined? Have a question? I want you people to email him and say, yeah, we have questions. Why won't you look at this, Don? Why won't you pay attention to what you should be paying attention to instead of squandering our money, Don? You see this? The extended fixed particle has a fuzzy edge around it. The other particle has a zero size and no weight whatsoever. Exactly what he says. These are the two particles. We found them long ago. All right, these are the particles Don Lincoln found at FERMILAB, CERN, all of them. Here they are right here, only this is a photon. Separated like this is a muon, that's an electron neutrino. Attached together, they form what's called a Dirac neutrino. The two of them, di means two. They're together and they are a Dirac neutrino. However, two of these back to back, like this, make up a photon. We took the photon. Not only did we see these particles that Don is looking for, we were able to actually physically take pictures of them using CMOS, which CERN, after I went to University of Geneva, I told them we were using CMOS, and here's what we're doing. They upgraded CERN. It took 3 years to use CMOS. It's because they were getting the observer effect. Just like Don was saying, the closer you look at it, the more it changes. No, the more they put energy into it, obviously it changes. We're sitting back here picking up the light banging into us. It would just go somewhere else anyway. So we didn't interfere with anything. So we have no observer effect. We can see precisely what the particles are. And here is what they show. Muon neutrinos and electron neutrinos. The electron goes into showers. The muon goes into a sterile muon, a black one. This is dark matter, and that is the energy. We did fission here. That's breaking them apart, and they came back together. That's fusion. So we got fission, we got fusion, we got dark matter, we got light accelerating, we have light dividing, we have photons. We can show that the glowy part gets bigger and smaller, precisely what Don Lincoln was saying. And for him to refuse to talk to me and being a public servant is a disgrace to what he's doing. And it's just a rip-off of the American public right now. And this is over 10 years. I'm frustrated. I'm done with it. Not a single person in the world will talk to me about this. I want somebody to investigate it. I want you to send this to everybody. I want you to send it around everywhere you can. And say, I want this investigated. I want you to talk to Roger Spur about electron flood theory, not about this nonsense that they're doing, looking for these huge particles, splang, and it's just nonsense. I'm using particles this big. They're using particles this big, and all they're seeing is a bunch of trash. I'm telling you, it's very, very, very frustrating to deal with these people because all they is this arrogance and intransigence and using our money, just squirting it out all over the universe to their friends. That's all I'm seeing now. And that is a disgrace to the American public, and it's time to get this under control. I am not the embarrassment to science. Don Lincoln is an embarrassment to science. All right, let me just tell you something. The money that they are spending is just unbelievable, and they just always want more and more and more. And now they're digging huge, big, deep tunnels looking for these neutrinos they found 10 years ago. This is nothing more than a money grab as far as I'm concerned. If they are that incompetent, Don Lincoln cannot be this incompetent. It's impossible. What is the alternative? There's nobody this incompetent that can see the things that I have shown and say, you're a tinfoil hat guy, you're an embarrassment to science, and I will never explain anything or talk to you, when this is his job. He's not doing his job. He's just sucking money out of the economy. And you are the ones, and I am the ones, that are paying for this boondoggle that's going on at Fermilab. And I don't know, all the rest of them too, as far as I'm concerned. CERN's not interested in finding the smallest particles. They're interested in big funding, big projects, and using protons. Who cares about the protons? They're looking for the smallest particle that exists in the proton. We showed that, which is these neutrinos. And we can squirt them out all day long, and they refuse to look at it. And actually, the people that were involved in all this investigation years ago, 10 years ago, they've all evaporated. They just gave up. Everybody gives up sooner or later. Not me. I am going to take this to its fulfillment, and you are going to help me. Now, everybody says, oh, I want to help, I want to help. Well, do something. Send this around. I want this investigated. I told Don Lincoln, I said, by the time you're done, you're going to be in a congressional investigation. He says, yeah, I think I can handle it. I said, well, we'll find out, my friend. And he is going to have, if they don't do a congressional investigation about this, this country is doomed.